At the intersection of science and technology, you can find robotics. And for this week's Catholic High School Spotlight, we bring in the coach of St. John's Robotics team, Brian Truck. Thanks so much for joining me today. Can you tell us a little bit about the experience of being on the Titans Robotics team?
Oh yeah, it's been great this year. This is my first year working with the team, so it's a lot of challenges just figuring out exactly where it starts, what kind of activities we have to do with the robot. So it's definitely challenging but fun experience.
People may have seen the show BattleBots, for example. How does that, though, compare to, say, what a high school competition is like for a robotics team?
BattleBots, although awesome, that's what usually everybody is expecting when we say we're in robotics. But for a high school team, it's a little bit more, dangerous to do BattleBots. So instead, they set up, First Tech Challenge sets up a competition each year where they have to do different obstacles, for lack of better words. So this year, our obstacles, we had to fly a drone. So that means a paper airplane in this case, where we get to shoot a paper airplane that has to hit in a certain area. There's a lift. We have pixels, and a pixel is just a little tile that it has to be able to pick up and place on a backboard. So a lot of different obstacles, and the robot itself has to be in a relatively small container and be able to extend from its limitations. So it has to be 18 inches by 18 inches by 18 inches. The team, we have like 15 members, so each member sort of has their own little category that they like, whether it's building, coding, CAD work, design, controlling it. So we even get esports players to run the robot.
We're now joined by some special guests in the studio, Eva, as well as two St. John's Robotics team's members, Andrew Bassler and Edward Nyman. Guys, thanks so much for joining us, and give me a bit of an introduction to Eva.
Yes, so as previously stated, this is Eva. This is our 2023-2024 competition robot. This year, it tackled the challenge of center stage. We performed pretty well with it, along with two of our drivers. So it's got a lot of features, and we're hoping to show them.
What role did each of you guys have in putting this together?
So I am more of a student coach. So I started the program 2 years ago, and then Mr. Truck joined us this year, and then Edward joined us 2 years ago as well. So we are some of the founding members of this program, and then he's our head builder. Yeah, so my main task for the robot is to oversee the design of the robot, the parts that we need for the robot. As you can imagine, looking at it, it's got 1,000 different pieces. So making sure we have the stock for that supply, asking our coach, Mr. Truck, what parts we need, ordering those parts, and then assembling it when it all gets here, which can either be the greatest part or the worst part.
All right, guys. Well, you asked to do a demonstration, and we'd love to see how it works. So give us a look.
Of course.
Yeah, start by moving over some pieces. We're gonna drop our slide down, and then we're going to use our rotating wrist mechanism, opening up our hand, driving forward, and then closing. This is the lift portion of the event where you're supposed to hang the robot. The robot weighs, what do we say, about 25 pounds, and then it can also shoot an airplane, which is its housing right now. And it's supposed to shoot into a 30-point zone area, which is, I'd say, about 5 feet from where it shoots from.
All right, and how did you guys do in competition with this robot?
Yeah, so we made it to the Final Four in the qualification matches on our last round, along with our first match, which was in Van Wert, and then in, what was our last one?
Kent State.
Oh, no, it was OSU.
OSU
And then
was
Kent
our
State,
last
we placed, I think, 8th.
All
So
right.
and that's as far as we went.
Well, that's great, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to come in, join us, and especially demonstrate Eva for us today.
Of course.
Of course.